we're talking about him in his 40s. That's the way I was drilling down on his greatness, right? And then obviously his 30s was the only decade in which he played, of his life. He played his full 30s in the NFL. Not all of his 20s, obviously not all of his 40s now that he's retiring at age 45. And we talk about this Super Bowl, that Super Bowl, that Super Bowl, this Super Bowl, and this moment that he missed or that moment that he was out or whatever. But it is amazing, and it shows off his longevity as well, that his first Super Bowl was the 9/11 Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the planes emanating from Boston, flying into the towers and the Pentagon, and we all know one went down in Pennsylvania, and thank God for the heroes on that plane. And it was just to speak for a generation that I think, wasn't alive for it or doesn't remember it. And that includes, obviously, my children, who I'm so thrilled. That's when I woke up Cooper today and Xander today and Taylor today, and I told them each Tom Brady had retired. And I for good this time. and I was so thankful. I said to each of them, I'm just glad that you got a chance to see him play. You'll remember it. But the one that he first burst on the scene and shocked the Rams and shocked the world and shocked himself. I mean, this famous photograph we're showing here is his hands on his head. I think he was looking at his family like, I can't believe this has happened. Everything we talked about with Brock Purdy this year, this is it right here. That's it. Okay. Like a sixth-round choice of the previous year's draft coming out of nowhere, pressed into service, and making the most of his opportunity. And that's the magic carpet ride against the guy who created the magic carpet ride of the Super Bowl, and Kurt Warner, and the greatest show on turf. And for him to go into this building with you two in the building.
At halftime.
I just remember
goosebumps.
The whole country. The security for that Super Bowl was unlike anything I've ever seen before or since.
Crazy. There were Humvee
tanks and trucks.
Trucks, Humvees. It took us, we went in like 6 hours before because Paul McCartney rehearsed for the pregame show that he was performing on that one.
And you two did halftime.
I have goosebumps. My entire body, I have chills. To me, that's the most memorable. And my connection, like I say, and I'll post it, with Brady is that.
And the whole country was tuned in because we all still, even in that February, needed the break.
Yeah.
Even though it happened.
Event.
Right, it didn't happen. Well, I mean, the baseball world kind of got us started, and then the NFL world returned, and then, the season moved along, and then it came time for the Super Bowl. And I just remember being at the World Series in October of 2001, in November, and being really nervous.
Yeah.
Being at these games and this event, being nervous for safety. Like, you want to talk about targets, American pop culture targets. These major sporting events were exactly that. And thank God the World Series went off without a hitch. But the Super Bowl kind of dredged it all back up again after November and December and January. And the fact that the whole country was tuning in to watch it, maybe more than ever before. And Brady goes out there and wins the Super Bowl. And it was the last Madden and summer altogether for Fox. And I remember Madden saying maybe the Patriots should play for overtime because this kid, I mean, what a situation. And then that throw and that throw and that play and that play and this and that
kick.
And taking the profit and not going broke, trying to make a profit down the field like he's a 45-year-old veteran to set up Adam Vinatieri for the field goal. It is the way, like, we are clearly focused, and rightfully so, on his longevity and everything that's happened with the Bucs and what he could have played this year. And we're so caught up in the now. It's amazing that the then started with the 9/11 Super Bowl.
And it's 2 days away, February 3rd.
the anniversary of it against the Rams, and there he is as a young pup out there playing way over his age and at the time, no doubt, pay grade, becoming what he became after that. I just kind of wanted to linger about how it started and not forget that amongst how it's ending.
Rich,
unbelievable. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.